Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ellison Cruz, and once again, I'd like to welcome you back to the Legend of Ori and the Will of the Wisps, where previously we found ourselves tumbling down the den of a rather treacherous, large, wolf-like creature we managed to fend off with a tiny stick with a little bit of fire at the end of it. It was good times, and we survived, but in doing so, we managed to stumble across this giant billowing tree of light that endowed us with the fantastic properties of killing things, and man, I'm real excited about that. It's called the Spirit Edge, and it's going to be our primary method of attacking for the time being, and probably for a good portion of the game, at least until we find some other offensive maneuvers, but for now, it'll do. And taking out these guys is going to be pretty easy, especially if you know how to do your attack moves good like me, just like my English. But basically, you want to avoid the needles. You can, wow, walk right into the spikes there, Allison. Stagger these guys pretty easily by doing like an uppercut and then done, finished, and we got our health replenished. So I don't feel bad about walking to the spikeweed like a dum-dum. It's good stuff, but not all enemies will be taken aback with the uppercut, so be a little bit wary of that, such as the return with our friend here. He also will hurt, and we'll also take him out much easier this time. It's great. Also, we've got the introduction of the Spirit Shards, the first of which is the Magnet. Incredibly useful, and I highly recommend equipping it right away. There are a ton of these things, and most of them you can upgrade it. For example, this one, you can see by the half ring of light on the side that tells you how many times you can upgrade. So orbs will float to Ori from a half screen away. Yes, please and thank you. Eventually you'll have to kind of juggle and swap out your spirit shards, which means you're definitely going to be seeing a lot of different gameplay variations just based on that alone. But yeah, it just is pretty cool. Did I already collect the things? I must have. Nice. All right, so we made our way all the way back around. Make sure not to fall off. And let's return for a few familiar friends. Guardian of the Marsh. Quolok will help you find your way. Huh, that sounds very Breath of the Wildian. But he's gonna be way up in Quolok's Hollow, and we'll get a pretty decent reward for that. He will apparently try to help us find Ku. So, yeah. Let's look forward to that. But first, before we go off, there's quite a bit of exploring we can do now that we can destroy all of the natural habitats and all of the things that try to do us harm. So let's start by heading over here. You can just go away. There it is. Nice. And we find ourselves, haha, spirit orbs. Cool. So before we progress too far into the next area, you're going to want to try to work towards getting at least 600 before reaching, not this guy, there was someone else. Where is he? I think he's somewhere over here, I believe. And, oh, there we go. Cat's fighting. It was only a matter of time, man. Because that's when we'll be able to get a really good upgrade. And I would recommend just, you know, having enough by the time we get to that point. We'll probably do enough exploring to the to justify it, but there it is. Cool. Okay, so over here we have our first instance of a breakable kind of ground, and we can't do anything about this quite yet. But that upgrade I just told you about is definitely going to help us, and it actually leads to something really cool and something that I find so fun yet incredibly frustrating in this game, and we'll get into that soon. Down here, for fans of the first game, you'll notice a giant laser, and you know what that means. It's probably something you don't want to touch, especially if it's something that was concocted out of nature, and unfortunately, we can't quite reach that mysterious lever, so we're going to be doing a lot of returning to this place. However, it's all going to be fine, because here we have the Well of Life Spirit Wells. Something along those lines. It joins, it heals, it cooks your breakfast. No, but it also allows us to save the Spirit Well. So this basically amounts to a hard save and instant full heal to everything in your possession. So it's good to keep note of where those are. So let's go head over here and see if we can explore this area. So this log looks like we should be able to go down on it, but this is not an Alanis Morissette song, so it is impossible. And I could have sworn, or is it not playing with the straw, that you could make this normally, but I don't think you can unless you're doing it unintentionally. So what we need to do is move this giant rock. Don't ask me where he got these incredible inhuman skills to be able to move giant things like that. To hop over here, and I don't think we want to head down there. So let's go over here and be confronted by shutting gates and new enemies. This guy is not going to be fun because he will ground pound the hell out of you. He also cannot be staggered, so let's watch out for that. But he also has a friend, and he's gonna get out of here. Whoop, whoop. Not today. There we go. Uppercut and done. Actually could have been really bad, or he just ran in here with a straw, but he smells like litter, so I'm pretty confident he just took the world's giantest dump. And I'm sad. Yeah, because that smell just happens to radiate everywhere. Okay, so we got that. Something that I do with this game pretty casually is refer to the map very often, and so I'm gonna try to not do it so much while recording, and it's mostly just so that I can, you know, see things and do all that business. Why do I have filters on? There we go. I must have accidentally pressed that button. So there's a couple of things we can find, including, yeah, we can't grab that. There's also a spirit door here that we haven't really paid much attention to, and this is a keystone, I believe. Yeah, cool. I forgot that it says breakable floor as a thing that we can discover, but we head over here for yet another giant tree of light, and ladies and gentlemen, check it out. We have gained the double jump ability. Absolutely invaluable as far as a game like this is concerned, and I am so glad we got it because it makes traversing so much more fun. Like, it's just, Ori controls so precisely, and just being able to get some easy jumps like that, it's great. But what's even greater is the fact that Ori can now stick to walls. And now I'm just imagining my cat sticking to walls and being like, hey Ori, get down. I know that's a spirit shard of yours, but not a fan. So go and equip that. And eventually you can get more slots, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But for now, we have plenty, and there's a couple of different ones that you can choose from. Down slash, there we go. Ooh. Yeah, you're a pushover, friend. You don't deserve to be in this world. Oh, that's right. Okay, so that area that we went down from before is somewhere that we couldn't do anything about. It's just a giant pit. Wonderful. So the sticky ability is basically as it says, but we can climb up and down certain walls and surfaces at will. And again, I could have sworn you could get up that way, but I guess we're going to do it the developer intended method of using their thing. Alright, well now that we have the double jump, I say it's probably in our best ability to go ahead and grab this. There we go. Drop that down there. For whatever reason, this is a mechanism that exists in this forest. And you, sir. Whoa. Oh, you dodged. You dodged me, sir. So air combos are definitely going to be really useful for you as well. They're really fast and generally a lot more powerful. So I don't know, doing a lot of aerial combat in this game is immensely satisfying, and I like it. Unlike this guy, how's it going, Mr. Needler? Get out of here. There we go. So, fans of the original, and if I keep calling the first game the original, I'm sorry, but you know I mean. In the Blind Forest, moving giant rocks over these, there we go, lasers can block them, and make life easy for ourselves. So let's go and hop up here and grab our first keystone. Cool. Something that you'll notice happens a lot with the sticky ability is you get caught on random little things that it is kind of incredible. Just like little mounds and like stacks of bones and stuff. It's kind of funny. Is there anything here? Any of them Light orbs. Nothing. All right, well, I guess we can start heading up and investigating this area right here because we still need to make our way up. We're stuck down here in the den, and it's not fun. So yeah, it's been super fun playing this. I tried to record this yesterday, but I had like what? Excuse me, sir. I had like a sudden onset cold that was really unfortunate. And with the coronavirus stuff going on, I work in a grocery store, and so my main job is to make sure we're in stock of just random miscellaneous things, and that has been eating up a chunk of my time because we have been incredibly busy. I live in Bellevue, and that's like kind of a bougie-ish city. A lot of tech entrepreneurs live around here, like Bill Gates, and yeah, a lot of the tech industry resides here, and so we get a lot of people who just have money to spend, and I work right in the middle of downtown. It's right outside of Seattle, by the way, so in case you were wondering about my occupation, the thing that supplies my income, my rent, it is not music. I'd rather it be, but it's not ever going to be the case, probably. We'll see. So, here we have the door, and we try to put keystone in, and nothing. God damn, it's my least favorite type of beer. But anyways, that's fine, because for whatever reason, someone decided to hide the second half right up here. I don't know why. It was a wise guy idea that was, the big galaxy brain, but here you go. There we go. I said there we go twice, but it's also because he was like sticking on the wall and putting the key in. Nice, okay. Well, this kind of leads off into uncharted territory. Not looking forward to that, so let's be careful, because the death water will kill you. Don't touch the purple Kool-Aid. We'll bust this open. Ooh, this takes me... Do I want to go this way? There's blue moss, and I'm assuming that takes us where we need to go, so let's go explore. You can usually tell when an area loops in on itself if you see like an out-of-reach place. I mean... I'm sure we could probably reach it, but I'm not going to, risk it. Grab on that blue moss there, friend. Oh no. We're gonna see a new enemy here. This is one of my least favorites. Ladies and gentlemen, we have cats fighting in the corner, and we also have the explosive Wurmple. Keep your distance because he has self-destruct. He also can lob explosive grenades at you, and he is generally not a fun person to fight. He's not looking in this direction right now, which is very surprising, but he cannot be staggered. Ooh. So watch out, and stay back, because he will explode on impact. Well, not on impact, on death, really. Yeah, it's a little scary early on, and check it out. We've got our first instance of a life cell fragment. Collect one more to increase your maximum life. Don't mind if I do. Perfect. So yeah, finding those is a pretty big deal. If you ask me, get out of here. Okay, and I think that's all we needed to come over here for, to be honest. Yeah, looks like it. Well, glad I found that, because I'm pretty sure we find the other half soon enough. So let's go over here. I'm gonna hope the cats don't fight. It's just a mainstay of these videos is just the second the cats hear my voice, it's gotta be full-on war. It's funny, because it's not funny actually, but whenever I'm playing guitar and I'm singing at the same time, just, you know, casually, and for fun, Pixel will come over and start rubbing my ankles, like her face against my ankles. It's so weird, and I don't know why she does it. I need to make a video on it one of these days, but it's weird. Okay. Oh, you hurt me. I thought you were dead. Otherwise, I would have kept trying to attack you. Yeah, so far, I haven't quite beaten the game, but it has been such a joy playing this. It really is like one of the perfect sequels. I mean, it excels in basically every way. The exploration aspect, and hello, extra life cell. That is number 4. But it's just been so satisfying getting through this. It definitely felt like playing the first game again, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, because the first game was great. And this one is just, it's better, and it's so much more challenging too. It's kind of insane. Okay, so I think before we're done with this recording session, I will come back down here with the upgrade that we can use to pound through that. But it might be a minute because I don't want to spoil what's down there. But it is something that I'm probably not going to be able to do the first try. It might take a couple attempts, so beware. We already grabbed that, so I think we're set. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Our first instance of a side quest. How's it going, Mr. Moki? Are you a spirit? Then tremble! You stand before Mock the Brave. Yes, I will mock you for not being brave. It's not very convincing, but he is brave, or he would be if he had a trophy of some kind. Or he stopped jumping over wires. So he's looking for something along the lines of a howl skull or just a fang. But yeah, apparently he heard our brawl to the east, and he thinks that we knocked a tooth out. Alright, fine. I will be a little braver, a little bit more defaulter, and I will be the tooth fairy, most importantly. So let's go up here and almost get our ass kicked by that guy. Thank you. And yeah, sure, we'll do this thing. Boom. Easy. Okay, so this is a new part that we haven't seen before, and here's getting caught on things just randomly. It's just cool. Thanks. So we're gonna want to watch out here. Having sticky equipped would be a fantastic idea. Oh no. Ooh. Okay, my A button is absolutely terrible. It double clicks. It's like almost sticky, but not quite. So if I make a large leap and I immediately do a double jump, that is no fault of me. It sucks, but hey, very casually bestowed upon us is the Howl Fang for a brave Moki. Yes, a little Moki Chino. And I love the little illustrations they do for upgrades and achievements, and also for, you know, quest updates. It's really kind of cute. Ori, god damn, what are you running for? Pixel's nowhere near you. He's just all jazzed up that Dad's home. He got off work and now he's recording. And Sarah's been off work, so she has to be working remotely, and that's been interesting around here. But anyways, he's brave, but he is also generous. And he bestows upon us our first instance of some Gorlick ore. A clever craftsman could use this to repair structures. Nice, and that is our first side quest complete. Awesome.